it just me, or does it seem like this economy is getting worse?
How are you supposed to live off of $7.25 an hour? 40 hours a week, that's like 300-ish after tax a week.
Is there anyone that can afford to buy groceries at this day and time?
This government, this system, the billionaires, everybody's failed us.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
J2A SMS, and I'm back here with another banger for y'all. What we're gonna be getting into today is how the cost of living and the economy are both so incredibly difficult at this time, and how a lot of people are just struggling and scraping to get by. If you don't want to end up like one of the people in this video and struggle and scrape to get by, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below and drop a like on the video, guys. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible so that we can help as many people as possible achieve their dreams and get more comfortable with personal finance and money. If that sounds like a plan to y'all, sounds like a plan to me. Without further ado, let's get into the first clip. Bow.
Y'all, is it just me, or does it seem like this economy is getting worse? This is crazy. I'm not understanding what's going on. Y'all, please pay your bills if you can, if you're able to. If you need assistance, do not let anyone make you feel bad or ashamed to get that assistance that's out there. These are some ugly, ugly times that us American citizens are facing. If you have a car, pay your car note. I know everyone is getting their tax refunds. Please, 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 I'm begging y'all, please do not go out and try to get the most fanciest car on the car lot with a high car note. Now is not the time to be doing all of that. This economy is crazy, y'all. Please spend your tax refunds wisely. It's ugly out here.
I totally agree with her. Don't be ashamed if you need government assistance or to take advantage of some of the programs that are out here and available. If that's something that you truthfully need, that's what you pay taxes into every year for. That's what all the rest of us pay taxes for. It's to replace the roads that are constantly torn up and tearing people's tires up and destroying their car. But it's also there to help people that are in tough situations. So if that's you, make sure you take advantage of those programs. There's no shame. Don't let the internet confuse you and cloud up your brain thinking that everybody got it and everybody's just out here. These programs wouldn't exist if there weren't people out there that are taking advantage of them. But you also don't want to be one of those people that just leans on the system and abuses it and doesn't do anything to try and get yourself in a better situation.
Maybe borrow $20 to the mall.
Use the programs for what they're worth, let it help you get into a better situation, and then move on. And lastly, Lord have mercy, please follow her advice and don't buy the fanciest car on the car lot with your tax return. A lot of people fail to realize this. If you get money back after paying your taxes, that is because you overpaid during the year for what you owe the government. That is not free money that they're giving to you. It's money that you already paid out. And so you can look at it as almost sort of like a makeshift savings account that the government is just keeping for you. And so when you get that money back, try and use it for things that are more constructive and that can actually help you out. Maybe throw it at some debts, pay off some student loans, or if you don't have any debt, take a nice trip.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now,
but by God, don't use it to buy cars or other depreciating assets that are going to just cause you to spiral more and more into debt.
We have no money, we have no savings, and guess what? We don't care. Because you cannot save any money in this economy. You barely can make money in this economy. And when you do make it, it's not yours. It's going straight to rent, straight to bills, straight to insurances, straight to everything. Food. You already know that. So stop beating yourself up and saying, damn, what am I doing wrong? Because I was doing that. And I just had that epiphany. It's not me. I go to work every damn day. How can it be me if I'm working every day? It's not me. It's the system. I work 50, 60 hours a week. Stop beating yourself up. Stop feeling like you're a failure. If you need to relax one day this week, do it. I'm going to do it. I'm only working 5 days this week. I'm not doing 7 because I'm not getting anywhere. We're not the failures. The world is the failure. This government, this system, the billionaires, everybody's failed us.
You absolutely can make money in this economy, and you absolutely can save money in this economy. If you have debts or have payments that are above what you can afford, and you let lifestyle creep or lifestyle inflation, whatever you want to call it, get you in a tough spot, yeah, you're gonna have to pay out a lot of money, and you're probably not gonna have a lot or anything left over in the end.
You triggered my trap card!
Don't do that to yourself. And if you did already do it to yourself and you're watching this video, You absolutely can save and get yourself in a better situation. It's just going to require a lot more effort than what I think people are willing to put in. You're going to have to cut back. You're not going to be able to have a bajillion subscriptions or go buy a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need or have super high car payments with interest or apartments that are like $3,000 a month. He's right. Things are super expensive as they already are. So don't put yourself in a bad situation where you're going to have to recover. It's like running backwards on a treadmill. Like, don't help the treadmill push you back. It's already trying to push you back on its own. Two things can be true. You can be a part of the problem that's helping push yourself against the grain and like work against progress. And the system itself can also be trying to hold you down and work you against progress. And when you pair the two together, that's how you get cooked.
You triggered my trap card!
If you're watching my videos, I beg you, if you're working 60 hours a week, you should not be in crippling debt to the point where you're not able to see any of the fruits of your work. Unfortunately, if you're in debt or you have a ton of payments that you can't afford, you're gonna have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations and just grind to get yourself out of that situation. And then once you're good, then you don't have to work as much and you can take those days off or do whatever it is you want to do. But while you're trying to get out that grain, you gotta go hard.
I just crashed out so hard earlier that I lost my voice. Sure, I'll get laundry soap for the 3rd time this week. Why are we doing 17 loads of laundry a day in my house? Because I have 3 teenage sons. Groceries just cost me $300 for a cart that looked like I was prepping for a 2-day prison sentence, okay? It got me nothing. Nothing. Like you get some meat and vegetables, or you get bread, snacks, and drinks. You're not getting both at that price point. Like, let me start rationing my teen son's food. I'm sure he'll be pleased. I'm gonna disassociate now. My cell phone bill, $300, insurance, $450, and I don't even want to say my car payment, my utilities, and my mortgage out loud. I'd be invoking Satan himself if I did that.
The cost per child per year in the US is something around $30,000 a year. So if you got 3 kids, do the math. Also, having to feed those kids, buy sports gear for those kids, shoes, clothes, all that stuff is gonna be exponentially expensive. So obviously, some of y'all that already have kids and families, think about different creative ways that you can cut back or share things amongst kids or do whatever it is that you can to be able to save money. Or if you haven't yet started a family or had kids, this is something to consider. Having children and having a family is just super expensive. I was a teenage boy once, and I also grew up in a house that had 2 other boys, so we had the exact same setup as her. And we like to eat. I'm not gonna lie, I used to eat a lot. If she's in a situation where she can't afford to have them eat, maybe it's a situation where she sits down and has a conversation with them like, hey, I need y'all to go out and get your first jobs and have them work part-time after school at McDonald's or something like that.
Oh yeah, and the Sprite, 75% ice. So you ain't doing but drinking water. Stack your bread, man. You're wasting your money.
Again, not ideal, but if they're really eating her out of house and home as much as she's saying that they are, maybe it would be beneficial for them to go work, get the experience, and have a better appreciation for what the dollar actually is, so that even if they don't keep those jobs long term, then at least maybe they'll be able to eat less or stretch things out a little bit more so that it's not putting a huge strain on their parent. And then, as I always mention, guys, make sure you check where you're shopping. Prices do fluctuate based off of where you buy stuff, so just pay attention. I'm not saying y'all gotta be coupon hunters and constantly pay attention to the prices of things down to the penny. What I am saying is that if you gotta drive a little bit farther to go to a grocery store than stopping at the corner store for something, I promise you, you can get a 6-pack of Gatorade for the price of 1 Gatorade at the gas station going to like a BJ's or a Market Basket or some other type of place that, like a Price Right, something like that. And if she's super afraid to discuss her car payment, her rent, and her insurance, guys, I can promise you she's paying way more than what she can afford. It's probably some type of astronomical numbers that she's gone into infinite amounts of debt for, and you just don't want to put yourself in that type of situation. Especially if you already have 3 boys that you know are super expensive and come with those price points that we were talking about earlier. You just can't afford to double down and live above your means by getting super expensive payments in those other areas in your life.
You triggered my trap card!
You gotta budget, you gotta track your numbers. I know every single one of y'all that's watching this video has had a weekend where maybe you went out with some friends to a couple locations, maybe you bar hopped or something like that. You got home, checked your bank statement the next day, and you're like, bro, how did I spend $500?
Harry tells me you're quite the science whiz. You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Unless you're going to the park or doing stuff that's free, stuff is super expensive right now and it comes at a cost. Do not put yourself in bad situations.
Am I the only person who actively fears payday? Like, I don't hate getting paid. I freak out about the bills that I owe. Like, I do okay, but after bills are paid, I don't have any money. Like, on the 15th and 31st, I actively have nightmares because of all the bills that I owe. And I don't live a lavish lifestyle. I don't have a BMW. I rent a house. I have my 2017 Hyundai Santa Fe. I live within my means, and I still don't have any money. I have 2 kids. I buy used books at $3 and $4 a piece. I don't gamble. I quit drinking. I try to cook at home. I mean, I do eat out sometimes, but I try to cook at home. And it's not like, oh, well, if you stop doing this, like, no, I'm just broke. I'm just broke all the time. And it's very, very stressful. I don't know how anybody can maintain this like economy. I just don't.
You gotta make sure that you're not living above your means. He's saying he doesn't have a super expensive car and lives within his means. I promise you he probably doesn't. And if he does, then he has debt payments from a time where he wasn't living above his means. You saw how he went back and forth talking about like, oh, I don't go out to eat, but oh, I do go out to eat sometimes. Like, I promise you guys, most people don't track their finances. Most people have no idea how much money they have coming in and going out. Just watch a couple episodes of Financial Audit on Caleb Hammer's YouTube channel and you'll see that people have no clue what their numbers are. And I know he has people that come on the channel that are just kind of kooky, but he also has regular everyday people that come on the channel as well, and they're just as oblivious to what they're spending as the next person.
First of all, congratulations, Mr. Krabs.
Hello, I like money.
What inspired you to build a second Krusty Krab right next door to the original?
Money.
So track your numbers, try to avoid debt at all costs, and be realistic about how much money you have coming in comparison to the lifestyle that you can afford.
Even though people are still on here doing hauls and buying luxury stuff and doing this and doing that, the economy is still bad. What you're experiencing in your real life is still real. It is very valid. The economy is bad. People are losing their jobs left and right. Okay? Just be mindful of the type of content you are consuming. Because if it starts to make you feel insignificant and less than, unfollow those people. Or, try to reset your FYP. And you feeling how you're feeling, and then you come on here and you see everybody still living their lives luxuriously and da-da-da-da. That's not necessarily like reality for most people. Their lives are like that, but they are like an anomaly. They are content creators. They are there to make sure you consume, to make sure you buy, to keep you in a perpetuated cycle of consumerism. But what you are experiencing is real, okay? The economy is bad. So don't think that it's not bad because you see other people doing certain things. A lot of this is smoke and mirrors, okay? Smoke and mirrors. Do not feel bad about your current situation, okay?
She's absolutely right. Social media is fake. It's all smoke and mirrors, right? People are posting highlight reels of themselves, doing fun things, buying things, traveling here, traveling there. And while it's cool and they definitely do get those experiences, a lot of people are doing it on debt. A lot of people are doing it on other people's dime.
Okay, what's going on here? Why is everything chrome?
Everything is chrome in the future.
Oh my. Impossible.
It's not an accurate representation of people's regular lives. You just see so many people's highlight reels on a regular basis that you train your brain to start to think that it's a real situation. I wouldn't have as many clips as I have to make these type of videos if so many people weren't struggling just for survival and to get by. This isn't a political thing at all. Like, these are concepts and things that have existed since the beginning of modern civilization, you feel me? So I'm just trying to get you guys to think with more realistic expectations and mindsets when it comes to just living your life. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're trying to impress people on the internet that don't care about you by trying to live up to a standard that isn't real and doesn't exist. A lot of people's pictures are edited. A lot of videos are not real, as you know. I can't say what it is, but you guys know why the videos online aren't real now.
This is AI voice.
You're gonna put yourself in a bad mental state and physical state, and when it comes to money, if you're constantly trying to chase validation or chase a lifestyle or chase whatever it is that you're chasing based off of how other people are showing that they're living. It's one of two things, as she said. One, these people are an anomaly, like you're watching celebrities or different people that are pushing you products that get paid a certain ton of money because they're able to have influence on you that companies can channel to then get you to spend money, right? We're talking celebrities, content creators, athletes, whatever, that make the big bucks. Or they're just everyday regular people that are drowning in crippling debt and are preventing themselves from having a somewhat decent future or the ability to live a nice life or set their children up and the next generation up for success because they want to chase these things that are either super rare or just don't exist. And while I think it is okay to have a certain type of ambition or want a type of lifestyle for yourself and try to manifest that by working hard and making all the right choices, choices and doing the things the right way, I think those things are good. But you don't want to do that the wrong way by, again, taking out debts. You don't want to put yourself in a bad situation because you're not able to turn down instant gratification and wait a little bit longer to put yourself in a position where you can actually afford to do the things that you want to do or look the certain type of way that you want to look or whatever.
The fact that people have to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs to just make a living and pay their bills and just eat and survive is just insane. Like, I literally know someone who, she was just like, she worked 16 hours a day. Like, she literally worked 16 hours and then went home, took a nap, got back up, and had to go to work again to another job. Like, that's not okay, bro. Then, bro, the people with kids got it way worse. I don't even want to know how they living and how they doing, because the people with kids were really like, you got bills, you got your kids' expenses, you got your kids, like some people have their kids in daycare, you got all these type of expenses, like that's going up, like daycare going up because they probably got to go up because they got to make a living as well. So it's just like, damn, like how is everybody surviving? Like, especially if you got kids, you have an actual family, like then you don't got time to spend with your kids, you always working, like then the food that you can't even fucking eat, like even if you try to eat healthy, the food is fucking high, so expensive, like everything, like how?
There could be someone that's working minimum wage and has just super low paying jobs. And, you know, there might be someone that lives in a place that doesn't have a lot of opportunity, right? Some places down in the South, like I think it's Louisiana or something like that, that has the highest rates of poverty in the US. Down there's not a lot of super high paying jobs. So I understand that things can be tough.
Right around in the drop top with a stolen car.
So when I'm saying these things, it's not to put all the blame on a single individual. I understand that the economy is bad and there are vehicles that are working against you already. I do get that. But my thing with these videos is just to say there are things that you can do to help put yourself in a better situation. One is moving from different locations where there's not a lot of opportunity. I understand it's difficult. You may have to leave friends and family to get in a better situation, but that might be something that you have to do. There's a lot of things that can help that are difficult. Otherwise, a lot of people wouldn't be in bad situations. You can also avoid debt by not buying a house that you can't afford, or buying a super fancy car that you can't afford, or going to a college that you can't afford. There's different adjustments and sacrifices that you can make early on to put yourself in a better situation down the road. And I promise y'all future selves will thank you for doing that. It sucks and it doesn't give you that instant gratification at first, but down the road is something that you'll really appreciate. Another thing is if you're working 2 and 3 jobs and can't afford life, your job just isn't paying enough. You know what I'm saying? As I said before, if you're working minimum wage, life is already going to be hard for you. So buying things and going into debt and putting yourself in different situations where interest rates can crush you and other things can crush you, it's just not smart. If you're in a tough situation where the best you can do, like I'm talking, you've put in your honest best effort, you're applying to 1,000 things, maybe you didn't go to school, some other situations that put you in a hard spot come up. If you're working 2 and 3 jobs just to survive, try and see how far you can cut back without, you know, not being a human being. Like, obviously need to eat, obviously need to get back and forth to work, maybe you had to go to school, but there are definitely some things that you can cut back. I challenge yourself to be honest with yourself and take accountability. Don't immediately put the blame on the system or this like outside thing that's just kind of doesn't exist as an entity to put blame on. Where it's like those things can absolutely be true, and they are, and we talk about them on these channels all the time. But when you do that and just like throw the blame into the ether, then you don't take any personal accountability and like feel like you have the ownership to change your life and do different things. You absolutely can. Every single one of y'all that's watching this video has the power to do things to change your life or put yourself in a better situation. You just have to look into different resources. You have to put maximum effort to apply to thousands of bajillion jobs. Like, it has to become your focal point, right? You have to make some sacrifices. You might not be able to travel or buy the things that you want right now. But that's the thing I'm trying to get y'all to understand, is it's a right now thing. Don't just chop it up to, oh, I'll just never. You know what I mean? If you chop it up to, oh, I'll just never, then I'll just never. You got to look at it as a temporary situation that, yes, you might have to suffer for a little bit, but you can put yourself in a better situation. I promise you that someone that's working 3 jobs, they're probably exhausted, but there are still things that you can cut back on or sacrifice to put yourself in a better situation. And better is on a fluctuating scale, right? It might not change your life where you're able to go buy a Lamborghini tomorrow, but it could be better where like, yo, maybe I can cut back the hours at my 3rd job or my 2nd job a little bit and give myself some more time to rest because I'm able to save a couple dollars that I was spending to go out to eat because I'm cooking at home now. Or maybe, you know, the extra money that you're able to save from cutting back on streaming services and eating out and all this other stuff can pay down one bill that you have and get the debt a little bit lower so that the interest rate isn't crushing you as bad. Like, there is tons of little things that end up adding up to a lot when you're able to cut down a debt by debt by debt or save $1 here, $1 there, $1 there. Like, it goes a long way. Once you get in a better situation and you're not struggling for survival, now you can start bringing your life into the next level where you start investing and buying stocks that are appreciating assets that, you know, start to make you money and do work when you're not working. We did it! That's how you really, really start to change your life and get into a different game. But it starts at level 1 where you're making small sacrifices or small decisions that end up stacking and compounding over time to end up having a big impact on your life. But if you want to continue to have a big impact on your life, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below, guys, and drop a like on the video. It really helps for the YouTube algorithm, and I appreciate it so much. As I always say, we're trying to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible so that we can help as many people as possible achieve their dreams and become more comfortable with personal finance and money. YouTube thinks you'll like one of the videos popping up down below. But until next time, J2A SMS out of here. Peace.